This is Christian, our helper from the Body Zone. Handsome Christian.
Welcome to the train.
Yeah, he's giving out chocolates.
Chocolates.
Thank you, Christian.
Hi, good morning.
Some of our vendors setting up products.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Just want to take a minute and thank everybody for making the long trip to lovely Detroit. We're very happy on behalf of myself and our team at Body Zone to have everybody here in our wonderful city, and looking forward to showing you guys our club tomorrow. We have a special opportunity here, always getting together. It's a break from our day-to-day life, and we can talk about some of the things with our peers that it's very hard to relate to in many businesses. So it's a great opportunity for us to bounce ideas off each other, what works, what doesn't work, so we don't always have to reinvent the wheel ourselves and trial by error. NABA brings a lot of value. I remember the first year I went to a NABA meeting, I was very like, I don't know. I wasn't quite sure about it, but immediately after meeting the team, the board that was running it at the time, and the different members there, they were also friendly and welcoming. And I walked away with, 3 or 4 actionable ideas I could put back into place at my club. And I always say conferences in general, if you as an owner or manager or a team there can leave that conference with a couple of great ideas that you can actually implement back at your club, and that's going to make a difference, this is worth its weight in gold. So we have that opportunity. I really encourage everybody to network, get to know each other. We're going to have some great panel discussions later today, where we can, or our breakout sessions rather, where we can get down into some details on things like facilities and management and all of that stuff. So, yep, I just am very happy to have everyone here, and it's a real honor to have everyone in Detroit. Everyone at the hotel seems to be doing a good job, and I was really, when I started talking to the hotel saying, oh yeah, it's a bathhouse conference, they were really like happy and eager to have us here, which is great. They told me they had one of the adult toys conference here a few months ago, so like, we've seen it all. And
That's a good opener.
yeah, and I had a little old lady come up to me last night and say, so what is this bathhouse conference? And she saw the communion sign. She said, is this a Catholic organization? And I told her, I said, well, we do spend a lot of time on our knees. She had a good laugh with that. And then there was my favorite, was this lady came up to Chris and I last night, and she started talking about her roofing company, because she thought it was a bat house, like for bat houses. And she thought it was a bat house conference. So, but Chris bought her a beer. So with no further ado, I'll introduce our club president, Chris, who's going to say a few words. Oh, yeah, and we'll get to some of the housekeeping stuff a little bit later. And we'll start off our wonderful conference. Thank you all for being here.
Finally, a president.
Thank you. So welcome everyone to the 2025 Annual North American Bathhouse Association Conference. I'm Chris Peterson, the board president. My day job is general manager of the Steamworks in Seattle, Washington. I do want to thank some people who helped make this happen. First of all, I'd like to thank all of the clubs who are using Pride Card services or signature payments. The fees that we get from Pride Card services, we get a kickback fee, covers at least half, if not more, of this conference costs.
Wow.
So that's why we're able to keep the ticket prices so low. If anyone's looking for a credit card processor or want to change your credit card processor, I'd highly encourage you to consider them. We use them in Seattle, and I'm very happy with them. They have a great website, they have great response time, they're gay friendly, so they're not going to divorce you in the middle of the night like some credit card processors are known to do. So if you're interested, let me know and I can give you their contact information.
Who was that again?
Pride card services or signature payments. In Seattle, we pay just under 3%, which isn't great, but like I said, the other benefits I think make up for the kind of mid fee range. Next, I'd like to thank the board members of NABA. John Guin, the owner of Red Gym and Men's Club in Syracuse, New York. Jason Bailey, the manager of Club Pittsburgh, who unfortunately was not able to make it. Chris Cernicek, former NABA board president and owner of Club Philly, Crew Club, Club Hamilton, Club Ottawa, and probably 10 other clubs I'm not thinking of right now. Todd Marsh, also former NABA board president and owner of the Diplomat Club right here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Andrew Nolan, the head of dating business at Squirt. Squirt obviously is not a bathhouse, but we had an opening on the board earlier this year, and Andrew graciously stepped in and filled that spot. And finally, of course, Tony Osentowski, NABA board treasurer and owner of our host club, The Body Zone. Woo! We also had a planning committee that sort of offer some supplemental help. Yasmin Bowers of Club San Diego. Anthony and Mika Ford from Houston, Texas. And Mr. Sam Long from The Works in Indianapolis. So thank you. Yeah, without the time and energy of these people, this would never have got off the ground. So if anybody has at least been to one or two NABA conferences and you're interested in joining the board, come talk to us. There's a few of us would gladly hand the baton off to you if you're interested. It's a lot of work, honestly. So,
but it's so much fun.
If somebody wants to step up, Paul, let us know. We can fill you in on what it's all about. Finally, I would like to thank the sponsors. So between the ticket income and the Pride Card Services income, we did have some holes to fill, and the sponsors helped fill those holes. First of all, I'd like to thank Come Union. Come Union will help sponsor the cocktail reception last night. Scott Morris, the founder of Come Union, may he rest in peace, was a big booster in front of the bathhouses. And I'm glad to see Kyle Tucker, who's with us here today, continuing that legacy. Thank you, Kyle. Next, I'd like to thank The Works Indianapolis. Sam and Jimmy contacted me over the summer and said they wanted to help sponsor, and I said, sure, we'll take your money. So they are sponsoring the charter bus that's going to lug all of us over to the Body Zone tomorrow. So thank you to the gentleman from The Works. Next, I'd like to thank Squirt. Squirt also sponsored the cocktail reception last night. You know, booze isn't cheap. Yeah. And also thanks to Squirt for designing and producing all of our print materials, so all of our lanyards, our posters, your schedule. Thanks to Squirt for that, and loaning us Andrew. Woo! Finally, I'd like to thank my own work family, Steamworks. In particular, Steamworks Toronto, Steamworks Chicago, and Steamworks Seattle. For sponsoring our dinner tonight. So thank you to Rick Stokes, the founder of Steamworks, may he rest in peace, and Steamworks management company president, my boss, Ross Moore. Now finally, I'd like to thank all of you for coming, because if you didn't buy that ticket and get your ass here, this conference wouldn't be a physical conference. So thank you to everyone here who is here today. And I would like to give you all a chance to introduce yourselves. I'm going to pass around the mic. Let us know your name, what your home city maybe, and what business or businesses you represent. I know there are a couple people who aren't necessarily with a vendor business or a bathhouse. Just tell us your name and why you wanted to come here. This is not cordless.
No,
so great.
I don't know why.
Maybe you could just use your tower booming voice. Tell us who you are. I'll start with Crew from Seattle.
Crew from Z-Club in Seattle, Washington. General Manager. Travis Overley from Z-Club also.
Jimmy Bow, a lot of people know me from last year. I'm from Indianapolis and I represent the world. Thank you for the friendship. I need to study. And make friends.
Hi guys, good morning. I'm Martin. I'm the owner of Pickload, and you have a sample of our lube, or light beer, as we say in Germany. This is our aqua-based or water-based lube, so it's not hand sanitizer. Yes. So we came up with the idea before COVID hit. So now everybody thinks it's hand sanitizer. So thanks COVID, you messed up some very important thing for us. No, so we have silicone and aqua. So yeah, this is in your bag. So thank you so much. Also, I'm running some events around the town and the US. Thank you.
I'm Kyle Tucker from Communion, and I'm in San Francisco.
I'm Kate, I'm a female doctor in Washington parties.
Hi everyone, my name is Anthony Rebecca, from Houston, consultant.
Hi, I'm Gentry from Germany. I'm American, but I live in Germany. I'm song in Germany.
Nice.
Gary, Bear Union, go to Vegas, but work out there.
Good afternoon, I'm CJ Carl Joyner. I actually live here, but I'm with the investment team trying to put a facility up in South Carolina.
I'm Shane, I'm with the Works, guys. Daniel, I'm with Works, manager.
JD Adams with Works as well.
Nicholas Gill with the words.
Oh, wow.
Works, come on, Works, yeah.
Kayvon Bruzian, I'm not with anybody. I inherited a property a couple of years ago, a commercial one. I've kind of tossed around the idea of a couple things, including bathhouses, so I wanted to learn a little bit more. I'm also a big enthusiast of bathhouses. Every city I go to, I visit a bathhouse. So thank you for being so welcoming to the rando from Seattle. I appreciate it. Our glory hole is yours.
We know.
Josh from Body Zone as well.
Jason from Body Zone back there.
Jason from Slammer in Fort Lauderdale.
Right about that.
Hey, I'm Alan Resloff from Carnal Media. We're choreographers. We're the operated art class, Bear Class, and FM class.
I'm Rowan, I'm from Treasure Island Media, and I don't know what else to say.
Well, there's nothing else to say about it.
We all know you.
Joe from Steamer Toronto.
Nice.
I'm Philip, also from Steamer Toronto.
I'm Matt Cullen. I don't own a bathhouse, but I'm a content creator, and I've done a lot of episodes in bathhouses all around the world, so I'm just here
I am Hamad. This is my first NABA. I'm very excited. I'm in Boston, trying to open a bathhouse there. We haven't had one in 30 years.
Wow.
Wow.
But we'll get there.
Isn't sex illegal in Boston?
They can put us in the car in the garage.
Only missionaries.
Hey, I'm James from Jacksel Fashion. You have a sample in your bag of the product information. I am a brand new brand. I actually made this my full-time job starting on September 1st. So I am brand new to basically everything. So I'm here to learn.
Love her.
Sam Long with Works, Indianapolis.
Hey, I'm Norm Sashtek. I'm the general manager of Steamworks Chicago, or otherwise known as that Indian guy that runs.
I'm Todd with the Diplomat Club in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I'm going to jump back to Jason so he can introduce his group and the really two hot guys next to him. And then we'll jump back here. Go ahead, Dave.
So, he wants you to perv. He wants to be great. He wants to
So I'm
perv.
Frankie with Metro Magazine, Michigan's longest running queer entertainment publication. And these two beautiful men are Jordan and James.
Woo! James. Now let's go back here to this other hottie.
I'm John's co-partner in Red Gym. I'm the guy that runs everything. He just talks.
Sounds like my job.
Hey, I'm Andy. I live in Denver. Not in the industry. Well, as a customer, but not as a business owner, but looking to possibly get into the industry.
Nice. Welcome.
I'm Ross. I'm from Steamworks in the U.S. and Canada.
Nice.
Hi, I'm David. I am the Rhode Island Naked Barber. I own the men's body shop. I do men's hair removal, body services, and I am looking to expand into something more on the lines of a bathhouse.
Hello, I'm Matthew Haynes. We own Club Buddies in Colorado Springs, and also have a bar in the UK in Brighton, England. So that's the Infinity Bar. So come see us next time you're in the UK.
I'm Brandon Mills, his husband.
Yeah, and technology expert and all in all.
My name's John Hewlin. I sit on the board, part owner of Red Gym Men's Club in Syracuse, New York, and I do a lot of talking.
I'm Chris. I have a club in Philly and in DC, and we've been here since the start of NAPA, so welcome everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kevin, I'm manager of Club Florida in Fort Lauderdale.
I'm Robert from, I'm here with Gennaro, is a member of our board. I'm represent ARCO, is the association of all gay clubs in Italy. And do you know Spaghetti Bologna? It doesn't exist in Bologna.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, please, wait. Introduce him.
They're very tall, very difficult to
Stand up so we can see you.
I'm already tossing it down.
Thank you.
My name is Chris. I'm with LD Detroit Health. We're based right here in Detroit on 8 Mile and Greenfield, and we're here to kind of promote our third building, which is a whole health facility with 4 health pillars: nutrition, physical fitness, chronic healthcare services, and mental healthcare services.
I'm the facilities manager for LGBT Detroit. As Chris alluded to, we have 3 properties on Detroit's northwest side. We're a community organization. We celebrated the 30th anniversary of our Black Pride program, probably in July last year, and the 30th anniversary of the company this year. Also, I am 6'8", Chris is 7'2". That's not the most interesting thing about either of us. It's simply the most obvious, but now you know.
And this gentleman in the back.
And I'm Maverick, the render from Australia. From Sydney, so and I just wanted to check out what this lovely place is like.
Welcome to USA!
Hello, and I'm Andrew. Squirt Studios, also Australian, but now I live across the river.
Australia threw him out.
Yeah. We're gonna soon.
All right, just some housekeeping. So all of the, everyone had breakfast this morning in the second floor, Euripides room. The lunches will take place in this room. And then tonight's group dinner will be.
The lunches are upstairs.
Okay, I'm wrong. Second floor, Euripides room?
Same room.
Okay, same room as breakfast, the lunch.
Right by Ross.
And then the dinner tonight will be in the main floor here. There's a restaurant in the hotel. What's it called?
Symposia.
The Symposia. So,
They done messed around and got bougie in Detroit. Symposia.
So right now we're gonna do our breakout sessions. So the way this works, if you haven't been to an NABA before or haven't done this type of thing, we're gonna divide you into 4 groups. And so whatever group you're in, you're going to first go to one table. There'll be a table captain who will sort of.
All ideas.
Chris, what the
You,
fuck is this?
and everybody. And that is great for business to some extent because that's a fantasy they cannot get anywhere else. You can't get that at a bar. They can't get that down beneath in a bar. They can't get that at a lot of other places. They can only get that at our type of event.
About a year and a half, we are such a tiny little new studio, but we're trying to punch well above our weight by working with some amazing people and developing some partnerships. And
hello, I'm Mark Shepard. I play Crowley on Supernatural. Rowan O'Neill from Treasure Island Media, a few of you know me, and our studio. We have been around a lot longer than a year and a half. We're the oldest studio represented today, and I was told that Peter Fever was going to be here, which is the only reason why I showed up, but they didn't, so anyway. One of the things that we do, of course, we are one of the original studios that produced bareback porn back in the late 90s when and we were vilified for that, of course, and celebrated and everything. So lots of death threats back in the day. And that's not even a joke, but it's funny these days. Thankfully for everyone, things have changed, at least here in the States, with since 2012. And a lot of studios, most studios, of course, are now content-free. Anyway, so we're notorious for what we do. One of the things that I do, and I have worked with a few of you, several of you, is provide content for your bathhouses. It's really a very, very simple process. I set you up with an account for our store. You choose what you want. You let me know that your order is ready. I process the order for you. You start to download it. And all we ask is that you advertise our studio, as not just through the channel, but if you have something in your club where you can advertise us, great. What else? The other thing we do is we do sponsorships for parties. I've been sponsoring a couple of parties for the past year and 14 months now. 2 months now. So at the Eagle in Seattle and San Francisco, it's a couple of very popular parties. The newest one is Cruise Disco at the Eagle in Seattle, right? Really popular. We do have a bunch of swag that we provide, underwear, super comfy underwear. If you guys would like to check these out. I have 3 pair, so I've got a medium, a large, and a small. So who is a medium, a large, and a small who would like some?
Oh, I'll take the small.
Anyway, but I'm probably talking too long, too much, but so I'm gonna turn it over to
Alan. Hey everybody, so I'm Alan from Carnal Media. Carnal Media is what I would call these days probably the largest gay-owned and operated porn company in the current era. So many of our legacy brands were bought out by straight companies and pretty much sunsetted, like what happened to Cole, right, for example. So we're huge advocates of our community. We want to help rescue our brands from going to big straight companies, but unfortunately, it's what's happening in the industry. Our largest site is Carnal Plus, which is very focused on what we would call taboo or contrast. So it's either older with younger, it's like dad, son, like fake family.
Fun-sized boys.
Fun-sized boys. I'm a fun-sized daddy myself. And so fun-sized boys is boys under 5'5" and men over 6'6". So
Dr. Wolf.
that's Dr. Wolf is my boss. You know, so yeah, so Carnal Plus is the biggest one we have. But then we also have another network done by a producer in our network called Bareback Plus, which focuses a little bit more on reality. So they do cum dumps and very hung tops and like a fraternity thing, and they do what else do they do? I'm missing one. Oh, one that's like a sex club. It's called Stud Loads. It's like a fantasy sex club. So, and then we also have F2M. We have F2M Plus, so we're the largest current producer of F2M content. And yeah, so we're just, and we keep growing. We grow, so we keep adding new brands every year. They're all within those 3 networks. You know, so whether it's fantasy, reality, or F2M. And yeah, and like we're not slowing down. You know, like and we want more people. We are not anti anyone. We are pro every other gay owned and operated company, and like it's
be a cage friendly.
No, it's not. The old days it was like the old days 15 years ago when I worked for Hot House. You know, everybody when in San Francisco, everybody hated each other. You know, everyone was frenemies. You know, but here it's a different age now. You know, and like we want to help any other gay companies that are trying to come up, because who cares if there's these big straight companies taking our gay dollars. They really don't have the eye for what we do, and they just pop it out really fast, and they try to draw you in with like literally marketing tactics, and not really with the content. So we're very focused on the content.
And there are just a few gay porn companies that are owned just by themselves. We're the last in San Francisco. Speaking of Hot House, they were all bought out by ABN, better known for us as Naked Sword.
Yes. But that's all. Even though Tim is there, it's still not gay owned and operated. It's owned by a large straight conglomerate.
Yes, exactly. And Squirt, you guys are right. So there are very few of those.
Danny's company,
not small, but yeah. Excuse me. Did you work on Bluxom Street?
I worked in the Hot House office 2008 and 2009. I forget it was on.
Right by the Caltrade station.
It was, I can't remember, it's near where that Whole Foods is down in the area, I can't remember anymore.
While these two reminisce.
While these we worked in the same building.
I'm gonna
hot dog cart on the corner.
Remember that one time?
Yeah, sorry. All right, I'm gonna move us on a little. Before we start talking partnerships, I thought we would have a little bit of an icebreaker, although we've had many icebreakers already. So I'm going to ask my 2 panelists to name a scene that they're the most proud of and the most inappropriate place that it's ever been played. And while they're thinking about that, I will tell you that mine is...
1,000 load fuck.
He's already got his answer. Has it been played in an inappropriate place?
Church.
Like your mom's.
Yes, and I have no idea.
You have no idea?
Yeah.
So I'd say for us is we just, this summer, we had a huge feature called Deeper Deep Throat, which was like a modern gay take on the famous porn classic. And then we also had this event that was in Amsterdam at a bar, and it was a gay bar that plays Disney on one screen and porn on the other. So that was where it was placed.
I love that. I love that. For me, I have
so Pinocchio and Pinocchio.
Deeper.
For me, I have a horrible habit of being in the middle of doing something and shutting my laptop, and on I go. And when I was on my way home from Toronto to Windsor, opened my laptop, logged in, and had the volume playing very loud. There was lots of clutching of pearls on the train. Okay, so on to some of the partnership pieces. Have either of you two done studio nights? Had parties, had a Carnal branded party, had a Treasure Island?
Yeah, I sponsor, I personally go to the Filth Party at the Eagle every month. And we also sponsor crew Cisco, but I'm not there to, you know, hand stuff out. But yes, we do have dabs. Yes.
Very good. And
So we're open to everything. So we've, like, I'd say we're sort of new to this aspect of the game. We have worked with Grabby's Chicago pretty closely. We have events around Grabby Chicago and bars. We work with Stacy and the crew over there. And yeah, and then also I worked with NERM, and we did some live sex shows. We had live sex shows at Market Days also. So yeah, we're open to everything. So like, you know, people are interested, just, you know, you'll get my email, just send me an email. We're really open to anything. It's just that we're typically, I wouldn't say a one-man wrecking crew, but I do a lot myself. So like, sometimes I can't go out there and go after something as easily as if like it sort of starts coming to me, then I can manage it and get it all coordinated.
so just riffing on that then, what you have those events, what do you need from the bathhouses back? Like what makes it a good investment for you?
So specifically with Steamworks that really worked is that there's really, I just helped arrange the performers, and the performers are just there on behalf of us. I don't need a lot. Like, I don't really, you know, I'm not looking to whore out your venues, you know, all in my stuff. Like, I really just want my stuff in front of people, and if they like it, they come to my site, and if they don't, they can go look at something else. You know, like I'm really not, I don't want to force anything on anyone. You know, if you don't like short guys and if you don't like daddies, then go to one of our other sites, you know.
Very good. Yeah. And have either of you filmed content at bathhouses?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Any problems? Any red flags that you want to identify? Any
just
positives?
The lighting. It's just the light. We did in a small bathhouse in Europe during the Grabby's Europe, but it was just that when we got the video and the photos, we didn't quite know the lighting exactly right. So like it did well on the site, but it didn't look the prettiest.
Okay.
We're kind of known for our low lighting, so you know we're good there. No, but that's I think lighting probably would be the number one issue. Anyway.
Lighting, okay.
Anyway.
Opening it up to questions from everyone here. So I'll give you a second to think, but I want to just talk about a partnership that the Squirt Studios are doing with the Diplomat Club. Todd, he's very shy. But Todd, do you want to just tell everyone what's happening?
What movies were you in?
I was in Betty Eats Everything. And my second film was He'll Never Get in a Small. I think the thing is with the partnership is that, and we have a awesome partnership with Squirt Studios. We've been doing stuff with Alan's group. Alan said he likes his stuff out in front of people. So when you walk in our door, you'll see a enclosed glass display case with some Carnal models pulled from scenes that he had real nice posters made up, and there's a QR code there, and you can shoot that code and go to their site and find what you want. So if you want to take the party home alone, or you want to be able to access your favorite movie, you can do that. With Treasure Island, we just started talking, but we're developing a new room. We may call it the Treasure Island room. What we've done is we've had like 5 public play spaces. Squirt Studios was the first, and of course, Eamon Roy just says, he says how much first, and then he says yes. It used to be he said yes, and then how much, but he's getting smarter. But we're in the process now of our theater room, which has theater seats, is actually getting painted Squirt colors. And we have a graphic artist that's gonna paint, I thought we were getting invaded.
I'm sorry,
Holy shit,
this is a great surprise, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, share.
What studio is doing Vietnam?
I don't want to lace.
I thought you said Peter Fever was not showing up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
With the idea of Squirt and Andrew and I talking is that whole venue will be painted out as Squirt Studios' first gay theater. And they're going to provide a big TV, we're going to provide surround sound, we're going to paint it, it's going to be Squirt colors, and we've got access to all their updated porn. With Danny from Peter Fever. We have the Peter Fever spot with Alan. His is the first room you walk in. There's 2 play beds. We're adding a second TV so you get a good view from both beds. I researched it, and you'll actually be able to see the same movie playing, but it looks really cool because it has a big glass window and stuff. The importance of the partnerships is that you can elevate your space without spending a lot of money. And I'm thinking of the big clubs. You could have the Squirt Studios hallway, you know, the Walk of Fame, and all of the cool people that have been there, or celebrities, even if it's Grandpa Walton, he just signs the wall and it's there. Get creative with them because they're just as creative. Their market is our market, so why not share the both? If they go to their sites and they like their porn, if not, they suggest new stuff to us, and then we can suggest it to them, like, hey, they'd really like to see Vietnam guys running around in uniforms with a heart on, and they'll film it for you. Good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Go for it. You.
This is a question for all of you guys out there. With the new age verification laws that have gone into effect, and are in some cases going into effect, some companies have seen fit to block their content from from about half the United States now. It grows every day. Also Great Britain, Italy, France, Spain, and I'm thinking specifically of Naked Sword has done this. And Naked Sword, of course, is known as the Netflix of porn, huge company, provides a lot of content. So this is an issue for streaming, going to their websites and streaming. Also, I guess, going to their websites to purchase anything on their e-commerce sites, because that's also part of it. So we're talking states that include Arizona, Indiana, I could go on, but Michigan, no. Anyway,
North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah, the Carolinas, the Dakotas, Missouri, Kansas, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So my question, bottom line question is, I'm assuming that it affects our mutual customer base. So are you using your clubs and because they show porn as a draw to get to bring your audience in there? And is that a good idea?
Yeah, I mean,
you can come here. I mean, that's what you're talking about. You can come here. You can't watch porn on your computer at home, but you can come here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you get, exactly what you're building.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if the rest of you or any of you thought about that and using that as a marketing tool.
And I mean, if you look as a group of bathhouse people, especially the older groups that started with the VCR tapes and stuff,
Sure.
If you look at that, new porn was always the biggest complaint you heard. Is like, oh, this is the same old, same old. Well, it's all the same old, but yeah, we understand you want to see new faces, new bodies, new whatever. And having access to such a wealth of them already, and being able to say, hey, can we get a little updated age play, or can we get a little updated this, or and getting that great response, then why not use some of our big walls to advertise the companies we get it from? Because again, if it comes to the point where your state doesn't allow it, it's access to what you're being banned from.
Physical products is also on the rise.
Yeah.
The purchase of physical product. We just started selling DVDs on our website. DVD players on our website. What? Yes, we're like, oh, well, we sell DVDs. That's going up. So we're now selling players as well. How many of you have stores in your club where you sell DVDs? One. Just something to consider.
Yeah, we do. We actually don't even sell them on our website. Just our distributors sell it. But not to be contrary here, I might not push so hard in advertising the porn, because that could put you in front of other people saying, oh, they need to age verify. Now I know you check IDs, but like with the age verification systems, there's actually like digital proof that people went through the process, so I think that they may not wanna have to, I don't know what it looks like, I just think it's a weird time.
That's for the internet, not for going into a room to watch it.
But it could, who knows what a Republican-led state might try to do, this is my thing, I'm not a scaremonger, but more like, we wanna be safe, and we wanna have our good time, and we don't want them to fuck us over, you know, like that's.
They can die in schools, that's okay.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, they can die in schools.
Guns don't kill
They just can't look at
people.
porn.
Okay, let's not get.
Oh, great show.
No politics, no politics.
Unless it's on Elon Musk's.
Sorry, you go. No.
So I want to tell you guys my relationship that I've had with Alan working. It was it's been hard for
Videos
me
to
when I
be
have to.
in these venues, and that is a way to help promote, both the creators and to promote, maybe these brands in a way that isn't just, you having to advertise it across the sky. Hey, come here for your porn needs, but maybe in states or in municipalities that aren't as friendly, it's a great way to be able to like get that exposure and also promote like, hey, by the way, like if you turn to channel 12, like you're gonna get like this Just for Fans group. I think it could be a great opportunity to do the same thing. Like you were talking about, just hey, contact me, let me know what you're ordering, and then we can, just automatically push it your way. If you had instead maybe had like a space where like the members of this body could be able to, like just have access to that, put it on their own internal channel system, and then they're pushing it out to their membership. Then that way you just have a Treasure Island channel, a Carnal channel, a Squirt channel, Peter Fever channel, and like that's a really great way to be able to like also have access to that space that is like it's just here at this bathhouse, right? We're at the bathhouses.
Yeah, I was gonna add one more thing, which is like, so what we're doing for bathhouses is basically if you give me your email, I will email you content every month. We have so many different brands. I sort of make like a mixtape that's like 2 hours long, going from like Scout Boys to Fun Size Boys to Gay Sass to Boy for Sale. Like it just goes through a bunch of our websites, and I just keep sending you more versions of that. Delivered to your inbox. Use as much as you want. Coming up this year, I'm also going to do this with our performers, where I'm going to ask them for their OnlyFans videos and create like a mixtape of their OnlyFans videos, because if they're in a bathhouse and it just says, AdamSnow.xxx.com or whatever, then people know where to find him. So it's another way to help bring the performers forward, and if people want to see them on Studio Point, he's at my studio. So like, again, I just want to help performers. I want to help it's a symbiotic relationship for all of us. So anything we can do to help each other, I'm all for it.
I think the partnership that Aaron talked about is the same way I, of course, have spoken in the past about Andrew and why I suggested that he would fill up on the board here. It is a great way to share what we all already work on, and even when I had at LeBron's party during IML, I had the chance to talk to him. He was so concerned about, well, what could we do? And I think that attitude is, how can I help you, is a great way to work this relationship back and forth. How can I help you? What do you need? I can call Squirt and they'll send out a blast, and it makes a 20, 30 person difference on the shift that we have the party for. You think that graphic work that is on all this diplomat stuff is produced by my 60-year-old ass? No. There's some Canadian love children that are doing it at Squirt. And I think just trusting and building a relationship with these folks as a group is only going to make us stronger. And the one thing that I want to talk about that came out of our group real quick was staying relevant. And I think we can help each other stay relevant. If you're blocked access, but you can go to a club and see that access, that word of mouth helps you stay relevant. I think Matt, who's going to come up next, could help us with a video that talks about bathhouse etiquette and answers the top 10 questions in a minute and a half. And if we help with the help of the production companies and with us ourselves, we could build something where you could, as a newbie, click on something on somebody's website that's the same NAVA produced all over, and you get, this is how you behave. Because we're not dealing with us, my age, Andrew's older, but Andrew's age, anything like that. We're dealing with like a Gen X group. We're dealing with like, what do these guys and younger want when they come to a club as much as what do they want when they look at content. And I think if we help each other out with that, then we stay relevant.
Everything you said is true except for the age.
60 years old is Gen X.
Meanwhile, I'm just a twink. Okay.
Yes, you are.
Any other questions?
Right back here to back.
Oh, sorry, down here. Frank.
I just wanted to reiterate the partnership piece. So we
Attention, everyone. Attention, attention. Hello. To your seats, please.
I know.
Sorry, Matt. Sorry, Chris.
We'll do better next week.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing right
All right, gentlemen. So our last presentation for today is going to be Matt Cullen here. Matt is a YouTuber, and Matt has the distinction of doing one of the first YouTube videos of a gay bathhouse, and that was the Kuma Club. I forgot what year it was.
Me too, but a while ago.
But before Patrick Morano, before Inside Rob, he actually got into a bathhouse and did an interview with the owner and showed the facility. And his YouTube channel spans the gamut of our queer life. He interviews all sorts of people. I love his interview style. He's very sweet and empathetic. I call him the gay Oprah. But I'll hand it over to Matt. Thank you, gentlemen.
No. Hi, I'm so excited to be here. I'm actually so honored, and I feel like I'm learning so much from you guys too, entrepreneurs, and talking about your businesses and how you want to grow and stuff. I already feel so inspired and just so lucky to be here, so thank you for having me. I was thinking about how I wanted to start today's meeting, because actually public speaking makes me really nervous. It's funny because I post on YouTube and I can get millions of views on my videos, and it doesn't make me nervous because I'm just talking to my camera, but talking in front of you all, it's like a different experience, but I'm soaking it in. But I was thinking about sucking too, yes, sucking it in.
Just imagine everybody naked, honey. You'll be fine.
I love that.
Switch off the light.
I was thinking about how I could start, and I kind of thought I'd maybe start from how I thought of my series and kind of just walk you through that really quickly. It was COVID, and I moved to LA to be an actor, and I did some acting. I was in Modern Family and some other stuff, and COVID happened, and there was no more auditions, and I was stuck in my place, and I was so lonely, and I was just craving this connection with people. And when the restrictions got lifted, I started thinking about my own life, and I grew up in Northern California with very liberal, accepting parents, and the moment I came out to my dad, the first thing he said to me was, I can't wait to meet the man that you fall in love with, the man that you marry, and I felt so lucky, but that was just my normal, and I was stuck in my apartment thinking about our community, and I just thought, I know that's not the story for so many people in my community, and we've built so much strength and resilience, and I want to learn those stories so I can start to appreciate, love my community, and the restrictions got lifted, and the first thing I did was I logged onto Facebook, and I found this ex-Jehovah's Witness Facebook group, and I was like, okay, I know that a lot of people struggle in fundamentalist religions when they come out as gay or trans or whatever, and I found this guy Rob, and I had no proof of concept. I just was like, I want to talk to you about what it's like to come out and be Jehovah's Witness, and he trusted me with his story, and we met up in this park, and it was just like on my phone and a little $400 GoPro I had, and I just filmed the whole thing, and it just felt so natural to me, and it just felt like this is my purpose. And it was so not where the show is today, but it was the start of it, and I just started diving deep into our community. And the next place I found myself was this place called Slab City, which is an off-grid community about 2 hours from Los Angeles, and it has no laws. Police don't govern it at all. And it's just really eccentric, and these artists go there, and these eccentric offbeat people go there, and I went there and I just started talking to the people there about their life and their struggles and their triumphs, and I just, every time I left an interview, I just felt so inspired and, you know, so moved, and my life was so different than theirs, but at the same time it was so much more alike than I thought it was, you know? We all had so many of the same dreams and passions and wants and hurdles we were trying to get through in life, and I just thought that could be the through line of the show, is me kind of just diving into all these different places and trying to show my audience that, like, you know, this might be a sex worker, or this might be someone living in an off-grid community, or this might be someone in prison, but we all are so much more alike than we would think. And so that was really the impetus of my show, and I just started posting, and at first I'd get 300 views, 400 views, it'd be just my friends and my family watching. And I remember my first one went viral. It was with this trans sex worker in Los Angeles. Her name is Mousy, and she's pretty well known in the streets of Los Angeles. I had no idea, I just got connected to her, but she's very street famous. And I started doing these interviews with her, and I just started, like, the views started coming in. The views started coming in. Everyone was saying, wow, like, these are such important stories to document. And, you know, these are people that we don't normally hear from on YouTube. And it's so important to hear about what they've been through and what they're going through and what they want in life. And, you know, Mousy ended up passing after 3 of my episodes I did with her. She passed, and, you know, that was a really interesting moment in my life too, because how do you handle that with my series? You know, she had developed hundreds of thousands of views on my channel, and everyone started, oh, I hear Mousy pass, I hear Mousy pass, how are you gonna handle that? How are you gonna handle that? And it was a big learning lesson for me too. I ended up documenting the next day after her passing. I went to her house and I talked to her partner and her best friend, who talked about her passing, and it was just such a monumental moment to me, and it showed me the power of the internet and how so many people had fallen in love with this girl Mousy, and they had never met her before, but they felt like they were in the living room with us having these conversations. And it just taught me truly the power of social media, and like how you can put, you know, I just started with my little GoPro, and now I'm reaching hundreds of thousands of people that are crying over the death of someone that was on my channel, and it just felt so powerful. And I've just continued to develop my show and dive deeper into the community, and, you know, that's why I got into bathhouses too. And the bathhouses have been such a learning lesson for me too, I think, because I'm a bit younger than, you know, the AIDS epidemic or the things that a lot of people have gone through, that I didn't realize before going into the channel and bathhouses how important they were for our community. I think so many people my age can look at bathhouses as just a place to have sex and have fun, which is obviously a big part of it. But what I've been so inspired by is the history of bathhouses and the culture of bathhouses and the necessity for bathhouses to continue to thrive, because they're really a place, you know, for people back in the day to discover themselves in a safe environment, but also now, probably just as much as ever, a place for people to go and feel safe and to explore their sexualities and their transness too. Like, for instance, I did an episode at Kuma Bathhouse in Las Vegas, and I talked to one of the workers there who was a trans man, and he was talking about, you know, how finding his transness has been difficult because he's scared to get on things like Grindr or Sniffies or whatever, because he doesn't feel safe going somewhere. He doesn't know what their intentions of that person are. So he's been having a hard time finding who he is as a person and how he fits into this world. And at Kuma, he felt like he could go to that place, and it was a safe place where he knew the owner, he knew people were getting vetted coming in, but he could also like really find who he was as a person, and how he fit into this world, and what he wanted sexually, and how he identified. And it just like really moved me. And that was the first episode I did in the bathhouse, but it just, I don't know, it showed me how important these places are, you know? And so like since then I've been really, really passionate about trying to, I guess, destigmatize bathhouses on my channel, and just to show like the younger generation that they're not just these places to go. And that, like I said, that's a part of it, but there's also a part of it it's for our community to feel safe and to discover ourselves. And a lot of us don't have supportive families like I did, and they can go here and, you know, find who they are and what they want in life and what they want sexually. And yeah, I've continued to do that without my channel. I just feel like every episode I put out, sometimes it ruffles feathers, of course, and you're reaching 20 or 30 million viewers a month, you're gonna ruffle a lot of feathers, but at the same time, those feathers get ruffled, a lot of them wake up and realize like, oh, I don't know a trans person in my life, or I've never been to a bathhouse in my life, but I'm learning through Matt's channel. Like, it's so many people that message me and they're like, I'm not even gay or queer or whatever, but like, watching your channel has made me feel so much more connected to that community, you know, and especially now I feel like we're getting vilified so much, and you know, words are getting put on us that are not true, and being able to show people our true stories. I feel like with my channel especially, one of my biggest passions is getting people to click because I'm doing an episode on a stripper, or I'm doing an episode on a bathhouse, and it seems sexy and fun, and you click it, and you get a little bit of that, but then like, there's a curve, and it's like, I try to show like the human side of somebody, so like, what do they want in life? Like, what are their family lives like? Do they have a boyfriend? Do they have a girlfriend? Do they want love? Are they having a hard time finding love because, you know, a lot of trans people have a really hard time finding love? Or just things like that. I just feel like it's been such a powerful tool for not only me to learn, but also to have other people learn too. I look at my channel very educationally, and it's been so exciting. I guess I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it. I was trying to think of like what I could bring to the table, because you all are doing amazing things and opening your businesses, and I feel like we have a lot in common. But I was thinking about ways that we could talk about the social media of it all. I think that, I don't know, especially social media now suppresses a lot of content that's sexual based, and you know, mutes channels and bans channels, and I've really found a way to get around that. But I was just thinking about ways that you all could grow your social media, because you know, I hear a lot from my audience that tells me, oh, I went to Tokyo and I went to this club specifically because you did an episode in this club, and I love that dancer that you did, or I went to Kuma Bathhouse because like it looked so amazing. I love meeting the owner, and I love talking to the trans man about his experiences or whatever. And I know that a lot of people that own bathhouses are obviously scared to get that kind of stuff on camera because there's so many loopholes and so many red tape to get through and stuff. But I do think it's so important to start diving into social media and finding a way to put your stuff on social media. There's actually this good Instagram account that there's a New York bathhouse, it's called like Turkish Baths or something, and it's been around forever. But they're starting to do new content, and I wanted to bring it up because you guys might find it inspiring too to do at your place, but he does these interviews with people after the fact, like after they've left the bathhouse, like right outside the bathhouse. So he'll ask them about their experiences and stuff, and it's still sexy and fun because you can see they're kind of sweaty and like red and had a good time. But it's like safe for Instagram, you know? So it reaches like so many people. And when I went back to New York last couple weeks ago, that place was packed. It was like the hottest ticket in town because they've been putting themselves on social media. And so I was kind of thinking like, I don't know, like I think that's such a smart strategy, is to like, how do you film a bathhouse in a way that feels safe for you guys, so you guys aren't like getting yourselves in trouble with the law or showing you different things you're not supposed to show, but also reaching their audience. Because nowadays, especially the younger generation, it's like, it's all about what you see on Instagram, what you see on TikTok, and TikTok especially, you know, it's so important to have your company on TikTok. And you know, for me specifically, if I'm going to a place that feels vulnerable, like a bathhouse or somewhere maybe the owner, if someone's company and it's their business at like risk, I'll always offer to show them the episode beforehand to make sure that they feel safe, that they feel represented. Like, I want this to be their calling card too. Like, whenever I go somewhere and I film, I want them to be so proud that they put it on their website and that they're so happy about it. I don't want it to like backfire. My biggest thing is like, how can I uplift our community, not do a video that helps me but then tears down their business, you know? So I think if you ever want to work with content creators, I think a good first thing would be like, can I see the episode beforehand? Not to take away your artistic endeavors, but just to make sure that we're not showing anything that we can't show. Yeah, I started thinking about that with social media. I don't know how many people do you do social media for your companies?
We all do.
Oh, love it. And how do you get around like showing what you can show and what you can't show? Do you do tours of it, or what do you do?
Use Twitter.
Obviously Twitter is, you know, the free-for-all social media that you can use. But yeah, for all of our Instagram, Facebook ads, they all have to be somewhat sanitized, you know. And Steamwork Seattle, we have a little YouTube channel, but we never show obviously any nudity. If we're taking a little tour through the club, we change all the channels, because that's one of the things you're going to run into, is especially a club that has wall-to-wall monitors. You know, you're going to have porn in the video, and you can't put that on YouTube.
Yeah.
So turn down the music, little things like that we've kind of learned over the years. But with the Facebook, Instagram, X, you sort of, it's a more targeted audience. What I've noticed with YouTube is it's Google. It seems like it reaches just everybody. So we, on our Steamworks YouTube channel, we'll get a lot of comments that are, I'd say 10% of the comments are really hateful, you know, and then the other 90% are positive. But that's one of the things that comes with it. But yeah, it's hard for a business like ours because I have more fun advertising using X because I can just be as raunchy as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's important to try to use YouTube, to try to use Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky. Well, Blue Sky is kind of like X, but not as big yet.
Yeah, I think just TikTok, especially nowadays. Like if I'm going somewhere traveling, I'm looking up on my TikTok, like, oh, where is a good restaurant to go to, or where's a good bathhouse to go to, or something like that. So it's like finding a way to promote without showing the nudity or things like that is really, I think, the goal. Totally.
Tongue in cheek, like animation kind of stuff, that kind of stuff. If you're using cartoon images, like the one I used with Donald Duck looking at a big ass for a pig, and I showed some people earlier saying it's going to take more than a lot to get past this ass or something like that, and that's the image, they're not going to flag that because it's not, you know, actual imagery. It's, you know, cartoonish, but to the same extent, it works. So I can get around it by using that kind of stuff as long as I'm not using it for like dicks and stuff. But it, you know, it's all, you know, suggestive, but still fun. And playful.
Yeah.
You know.
Totally.
Yeah. So, two things real quick. I know you brought up the bathhouse in Europe, Russian, Turkish.
Yeah.
And I find it really funny because that is predominantly a straight space.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a gay bathhouse. But somebody on their social media team knows that, hey, you get out here, you promote something, you get some attention, gay shirt or whatever brings money. And it's interesting because I think Snippy's, they did something about, I don't know if they did a post or article about the Russian Turkish baths, New York or whatever. But it was, to me, it was kind of interesting because they didn't really know that it's not a gay bathhouse. Because a lot of folks are like, oh, it's a gay bathhouse. Like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, you're going into a space where a lot of folks, they probably don't even know the etiquette or culture, and you get in a lot of trouble with that too, you know, so that becomes like issue with, like, you know, the mainstream marketing of social media, but the lack of education connected to it, right?
Yeah.
But even going back to Snippy's, again, Snippy's have like a huge social media following, right? And they figured out ways to be able to promote on YouTube and TikTok and everywhere else. What they've done is like create podcasts, you know, create merch, and just figure out different ways where, again, they can kind of get that mainstream exposure of these social media platforms without doing anything for anything flag. So I think sometimes even looking at, you know, these different platforms that promote sex positivity, right? You know, but also do it in ways where it's kind of smart and trendy, like maybe it's a podcast or maybe it's getting an influencer to just talk about it. Because again, when you think about TikTok, which is like the biggest social media platform, you don't really have to do a high budget production.
Yeah.
Just find someone who can talk about something, and that'll get engagement as well too. And that algorithm is so powerful, it'll connect to the community that you're trying to find. So, you know, things like that.
I agree. Yeah, like I think for my own channel, when I do the bathhouse stuff, it's when they're closed and nobody's in there because I don't ever want to film anyone without their consent. So it's actually really G-rated. It's actually not. It's gonna be totally YouTube safe, but people are still interested. They want to see. They want to like see a tour of the bathhouse. They want to see that kind of stuff. So it can still bring hundreds of thousands of views without anybody in there but me and the owner talking about whatever, you know what I mean? So I think working with content creators, especially people that understand the scope of like getting flagged or getting a video on YouTube, you know, age restricted, which knocks your views a ton, or things like that. So finding someone like that could come in and show the company, because it just brings a lot of views on it, which is great for a company, obviously. Yeah.
I'm sorry, admittedly, I haven't seen your videos.
No worries. Oh my gosh.
But I'm curious, you're doing multiple bathhouses, right?
Yes, I've done Kuma, I've done one in Thailand. I actually have done Club San Diego, but it hasn't come out yet. And then I've done things like I went to a nudist camp. I just was at a nudist camp for a couple of days, and they have like, you know, play area and stuff like that.
Does the story angle change with each club?
Always. That's a crazy thing, because I interview a lot of sex workers too. When I first started, I was like, well, like, are the stories gonna be the same? Is it the same episode 10 different times? but it's really not, because like for instance, Kuma, I started that conversation with a trans man about his acceptance, and that opens up a whole another door of history about being trans and blah blah blah. Or like clubs, every bathhouse I do is just so different, but I think it's because I try to get deep with the person too,
So
you know?
do you just allow it to happen organically?
Yeah.
Or do you go in, okay.
Yeah, I never prepare any questions. Like, I feel like when I've tried that, it feels very mechanical. So I just go in just like with my natural curiosity. I've been such a curious person since I was like a child. Like, I'd always ask so many questions. It was always like my biggest thing. So I just leave with my curiosity, and it just kind of takes you on a different journey, you know? It always unfolds in ways I never would have expected, you know? If you leave someone with a safe space to just feel like, there's not like this, oh, so what's next question? You just kind of like let them talk, and that interests me. Okay, let's dive into that, and that interests me, let's dive into that. You know, that's how I work the best. Yeah.
And one last question: do the proprietors, do they have an angle they want you to take?
Yeah, like some, not really. I guess
watch
they do,
my
but I
content.
think they let me into their space so they understand like how I work. But also, if there's things they don't want me to film, I will for sure do that. You know, I always respect anybody's wishes, or after the fact, if they have something they said they don't want aired, I cut it. I never put out anything that nobody wants, so everyone feels safe, and I feel like that also makes the interviews get deeper because people feel safe to open up to me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a win-win. I get deep with them, but they feel safe with me too.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, so you went from just a few hundred views, and then you went to millions of views.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that? How did that happen?
Yeah, it was very natural. Like, I didn't have one. I mean, I had a couple videos, like I was saying earlier with Mousy, but not one video that got like 100 million views and it just got me this following. You know, it was a natural progression, but little by little, you know, people pass it off to their friends, or, you know, I kind of figure out what works. Like, I think a lot of times.